Asia is home to the largest millennial generation on the planet. The age group is becoming the world's most important demographic in the race for consumer spending and economic growth. But that's not all. Asia's millennials are also becoming parents. The next wave examines what it means to be a millennial parent and how their consumption patterns are creating interesting opportunities and new challenges for companies and brands alike. Meet the Millennial Parents. They now make up more than half of all parents in Asia. Marketeers have locked in on this growing demographic due to its size and potential spending power. And the most important part of this parenthood journey? Infant care, which starts way before the birth.
When a baby is born, a parent is confronted with a plethora of products that they've never consumed before. Looking for what's best product and brands that they can trust becomes a really important mission in itself. This is really the window for companies to develop lifelong brand loyalty with their consumers.
Unlike their parents, the connected millennial parent has unprecedented access to information and an avalanche of product choices. Innovative brands have found ways to gain their trust and mindshare by entering their world online.
33% of Asian millennial moms rely on word of mouth, for product discovery. A lot of that word of mouth happens in the social media space. That sense of belonging to a community is important because you're trusting the advice and the tips that are shared by other mothers who are going through similar experiences.
These days, parenting advice is shared through texting, not to one mum, but many. Convenience, speed, and accessibility are the mantra of the millennial.
Hi, I'm Gabrielle. I'm 30 this year, and I have a son who's 14 months now. So I breastfed my son for close to 11 months. I actually introduced solid food to him around 5.5 months. When I started to introduce him to certain foods such as avocado or banana, he didn't want to eat anything. So it was a big struggle for myself.
Gabrielle then turned to a social tribe for help.
This EDD WhatsApp group is basically a group of mothers with 200 over mothers, and we all have the same expected due date of July 2018. From the time I was pregnant, we all joined the group, so in the whole 9 months that you just talk to them every day, you get support in different ways. Usually in the group, if a mother tries something that she likes or loves, she would actually post it in the group. So it's either a good or a bad thing, and it's usually by word of mouth recommendation.
Is there any tips that you guys can give, for feeding? Because he's like an extremely picky eater. He's like 14 months now.
Emma's relatively easy. She eats almost everything. But sometimes she gets different mood phases. So that she decides that she doesn't want to eat savory food. So I have to swap. I entice her with yogurt, and then one spoon yogurt, one spoon porridge, one spoon yogurt.
Trick her.
Yeah.
Like tricking method.
And then she feeds.
India is the second most populous nation in the world, where 32% are millennials, and about 25 million babies are born yearly. This has resulted in a huge baby care market that is growing steadily, with much of it enabled by the digital community.
My name is Surbhi Bhatia, and I'm a mom of a 2-year-old super active toddler. It's always better to know the experiences of other mothers, and that voice is really very important. So we have a WhatsApp group of all the moms who send their children to daycare, and we exchange notes about if a particular child is facing any difficulty, or there's a change in school timings, or there's a carpooling required, so on.
Typically, in the older days, and by older days I mean 5 years ago, a millennial parent would, actually have physical support systems. People today are depending on nanosecond communication. And a WhatsApp group is exactly that. Digitalism is that. You're really communicating every single moment. And anytime something needs to be flagged, it's getting flagged out there. Now, digital parenting is the new parenting, for sure.
There are websites like babycenter.com which give you a whole range of information at every stage of childhood. So right from your baby is born, they keep sending you updates. I also rely on the groups online like Baby Center and all, where there's an exchange of blogging going on, where mothers are exchanging views and ideas on what is the right kind of products to introduce at what age and so on.
More often than not, Asian millennial mothers have to juggle parenting duties with a full-time job. This leaves them with little to no time to settle their day-to-day meals. Studies show that Asia's millennial moms are more likely to consume fast food and soft drinks than millennials without kids. And companies have cashed in quickly on this trend.
More mothers are working and therefore they're more time-starved and therefore the convenience factor is really important. I think the best evidence of that, if you look at Domino's Pizza, that is doing very well in India, in fact, is their largest market outside the US.
How did Domino's manage to pull off their 30-minute delivery guarantee? By working out delivery route algorithms for over 1,200 shops across 264 Indian cities, the company managed to achieve a 99.6% success rate for delivery. This was particularly successful with millennial mothers who needed their food delivered hot, fast, and on time. But it's not just food that the millennial parent is into consuming.
Asia Pacific is leading e-commerce, not just in baby category, but actually across all categories. And the baby category alone is estimated to be at about $59 billion in 2019 and is estimated to grow at a CAGR of like 13% for the next 5 years. So it's going to be, it is already big, but it's going to be huge. Studies have already shown that 42% of consumers have bought toys online, 39% have bought baby clothes online, and 31% have bought diapers online.
109. 70 reviews.
What did it say about it?
Almost 5 star.
As a new mom, the only time I could go out was when my child was sleeping. So I would usually shop in the night when he's sleeping or buy stuff online when he's taking a nap.
In big countries like India, time constraints of another kind are pushing millennial mothers online.
Given the traffic situation in Bangalore, it's really hard to go out and purchase anything. The closest mall is at least 5 kilometers away, which will take you 1 hour. It is better for me to shop online and have all the products delivered home.
Today, the Asia Pacific is the biggest market in the world when it comes to shopping for baby care products. Brands and retailers recognize this and are stepping up to engage the millennial parent more. Shopping sites like China's Baby Tree offer not only products but parenting forums and expert advice, making them a go-to destination for parents. Other Asian e-commerce platforms like Shopee host online baby fairs with live streams of parenting discussions and product recommendations.
And of course, we're also giving away stuff, so let us...
In-app games and shopping vouchers are part of the draw. All these initiatives have helped brands drive up sales in their TKB category: toys, kids, and babies.
Convenience is the king. Everything from the ability to discover, to find out about the product and to transact, convenience is the most important thing. What this means for brands is that your whole consumer journey has to be very seamless, from discovery to transaction online, because more and more of these products are purchased online.
More than 30% of Asian millennial mothers rely on word of mouth when exploring new products. And some brands are wasting no time infiltrating these informal channels. Started in 2015, Singapore-based baby care company Hagan has designed products that improve the breastfeeding experience. Its current line features a patented bottle design, which is the fruition of 4 years of research, 200 prototypes, and $3.5 million of investment. And Hagan's USP? Convenience and versatility, which founder Yvonne Bach drew from her own breastfeeding struggles and experiences of other mothers. Now in 15 markets and growing, the company continues to find ways to connect intimately with its potential customers across the globe.
We believe the Millennial Parents, they prefer authentic sharing. Hagan Closed Group Community on Facebook is created to be an exclusive platform for mothers to come in and share the tips and hacks about using Hagan. Hi, I think my breast pump valve is torn. Where can I find replacement in KL? So, hi Sherilyn, no worries. We'll get our Malaysia team to touch base with you as soon as possible. Meanwhile, if she's on a work trip, that means her baby is not with her. I think most important is to make sure the mom is served as soon as possible. Having this very active social media presence, right, it allows us to bring more attention to our online presence, and we do see a 10 to 20% increase in our online sales. Actually, there are some non-quantifiable, especially offline sales. It's a little bit harder to track, but we do see that moms, especially first-time user, they will go down to offline location, the brick-and-mortar stores. We do see an increase in the offline sales as well.
Besides word of mouth, social media-savvy companies are also constantly engaging this demographic through more active digital campaigns. Hagan issued a video challenge to millennial parents. Assemble their feeding bottles in just 5 seconds. Fastest fingers first. And the prize? Bragging rights.
Hagan 5-second challenge is actually a digital social media campaign that allows parents to play and experience this entire benefits and feature. So at the same time, they can flex by filming themselves and posting on social media platforms. In China, moms can even create videos to upload on TikTok. They call it Douyin, and it's super cool. The most participating country right now we observe is China, and coincidentally, we are one of the top 3 brands in the market.
Our study shows that 58.9% of these millennial moms are active brand interactors. This means that they are very likely, more likely than the average consumer to seek out brand sites. They are not just consuming information, they are actively participating and engaging with the content when it comes to this topic that they care deeply about.
The main aim behind this viral challenge was to promote its product's capability.
So the whole experience, assemble the bottle. How do we use such a simple process? Having this one hand press to close closure is to really enhance into the consumer's mind, right, that this is possible in the shortest time.
Driving social media conversations are key, especially for startups like The Mums Co., a Bangalore-based site selling natural products for mothers and babies. To further engage customers, they provide advice on the go. Mom counselors stand by for live chats on the company's website and other platforms from 9:30 a.m. to 7 p.m., 6 days a week.
We're doing live chats with about 500 moms on a daily basis. That sort of helps us keep the consumer longer with us, and also help answer the questions and convert the incoming query a lot faster into a sale.
This sales channel also became a valuable source for the company's market and product research. Some of the company's new offerings were conceived from the online chat.
To give you an example, our entire face care range of products got developed from feedback from moms. Moms reached out to us on our various platforms and said that they face huge amount of pigmentation as a concern post they've delivered, which helped us formulate the entire face care range. We also have very innovative solutions in terms of having a mosquito repellent. There's a large amount of cases of dengue and chikungunya amongst children, which moms came back and reached out to us saying, why don't you create a natural solution which can help the kids, protect them from the harmful mosquitoes available out there. And that's when we introduced our mosquito repellents.
On the Mums Co website, products are organized according to potential concerns and trimesters. Natural ingredients are highlighted on the packaging, along with assurances that no harmful chemicals are used.
Businesses need to take note about millennial parents. They seek authentic information online. So you need to provide all the tools and information that is of authority so that it can cut through this noise. And we live in this era of fake news as well.
In particular, consumers are concerned about the presence of synthetic chemicals in their toiletries. In 2019, Johnson & Johnson were forced to recall 33,000 bottles of baby powder after the US Food and Drug Administration found asbestos in the product.
I think safety is always kind of like a given for, I think, food. But I think for millennial mums, what's really interesting is that our studies show that when they become mums, they are even more concerned about whether products are eco-friendly or not than before they were mums. In fact, so 1 in 4 millennial mums listed eco-friendliness of products as top 2 criteria for their purchase decision-making.
Because I feel that already we are living in an environment which is highly polluted, and I insist on having toxin-free and natural products in a limited way so that she doesn't lose her immunity and yet she has a stable, healthy childhood. So use products like a sterilizer to sterilize her milk bottles so that she doesn't catch any infections.
With regards to toxin-free products, I'm 50-50 with regards to it. Usually if I look at a product and I read the ingredients and I don't see any harmful chemicals or whatsoever, I'm okay to use it on my kid. But I usually would go for organic products for my son. I make sure that his body shampoo and his soap is free from chemicals, so only natural ingredients. Food-wise, I make sure that I get organic produce from the supermarket or online.
With digital information at their fingertips, the learning never stops for millennials or their children. And parenting is continuing to evolve with the next big childcare trend, edutech.
Tap here.
Okay, now pull it in.
The role of technology pervades millennial parenting in another key area, education technology. India's online education sector is projected to be worth $2 billion by 2021. But its preschool market has been left largely untapped until now.
We use our hands to learn.
The Osmo Little Genius Starter Kit is a tool that was created by a millennial parent for today's kids. It offers an interactive learning experience by merging tactile exploration with technology. With over 1 million users in the US aged 3 to 9, it's now been acquired by Baiju, the largest edutech company in India.
We have designed Osmo Little Genius Kit with millennial parents in mind, trying to bring offline and online together. Kids love digital. Parents like offline play for the kids.
Well, firstly, millennial parents are looking at cutting-edge stuff in terms of saying that, even if it's a technology piece of learning, how cutting edge is it? How tactile is it? Is it adapting to the way you are moving? The second thing parents look at is the ability for any kind of teaching aid to make the child totally competent in the marketplace.
A 2019 HP study revealed that Indian parents believe in complementing digital with experiential learning to ensure that their kids are future-ready.
Tap after you're done. We started only about 2-3 months ago after she turned 2. And that was a time where she had started speaking in full sentences. And so we knew that she's at a stage where she can understand instructions. I would call it responsible screen time and responsible technology because it's a mix of both physical and digital, as well as it also makes her learn and improves her vocabulary. I'm still a little old school that way, But I feel that in this world, you cannot subtract technology from a child's life. I do want to introduce it in a limited screen time. Bigger focus remains on her learning by herself in the traditional way where she is engaging physically, playing outside.
These days, parents have become more discerning and selective in their buying choices. Brands also have to establish trust with consumers by providing content and solid product information and taking feedback and discussion seriously. One thing is for sure, millennial parents are nothing like the generations before them.
Millennial parents demand a lot more than parents before. They want products to be innovative, to be effective, and to be good for the environment. So if you're a brand speaking to these consumers, you need to be sure that you are there at the right time with credible information and to excite them into transaction.
I think for my parents' generation, you know, they were working class and they just kind of made do with whatever they have. They didn't have to buy a product to solve a problem, you know. They always just went ahead with whatever they have within their means. So, you know, for example, a pram, these days everybody has a pram. But in my parents' generation, it was more like of a luxury item. And most of them would just carry their kid everywhere they go in a sarong or something like that. And these days it's so different. We are lucky in this generation that we have so many things, but it's also all material stuff that you can actually do without.
When my mother and mother-in-law were parenting us, they did not have so much convenience and support in terms of having information online. I would feel that this age and access has given us so much convenience that we can manage our motherhoods a lot better.